So let's start by settling the body, adopting a stable, comfortable, upright positions are visible for meditation. So we think about keeping our feet flat and our back straight, torso open, hands in the lap, right over left, with the palms upturned and the thumbs gently touching. Our eyes are gently closed or slightly open, making sure that we let in enough light to remain alert. We try to maintain an awareness of not slouching, not leaning. And we also let go of any unnecessary tension or rigidity in the body, relaxing into a stable, comfortable, upright position, just allowing the body to fall into place. And we begin to let go of attending to the environment, allowing sights and sounds to be as they are without investigation, constraining our awareness just to the body and mind. Beginning to concentrate that awareness in the present by attending closely to the physical sensation of the air moving into and back out of the tip of the nostrils. Noticing quickly when anything other than that one physical sensation is arising in the mind, and without judgment or frustration, lifting your awareness up from those distractions and placing it gently but firmly again and again on the breath. And then when the mind feels more calm, we generate a broad, altruistic motivation for our time, taking a moment to intentionally widen our circle of concern, trying to embrace countless sentient beings within the field of our practice, recognizing that just like oneself, all other sentient beings deeply wish to be happy, deeply wish to be free of even the slightest negativity. And accomplishing those goals is also no less important for each individual sentient being than it is for oneself. Every sentient being places themselves in the center of their story. feels the pain just as sharply as oneself. And so working for the benefit of every sentient being without exception is the most logical, reasonable way to live one's life. Giving up the narrow, self-centered perspective and try to generate that resolve, that determination in the mind. I think that's the purpose of my time, establishing the familiarities in the mind with constructive, positive states that will support my spiritual goals and reducing and ultimately eliminating the influence of states of mind that are not productive, not beneficial, those that often motivate me to engage in actions that cause harm to others rather than working for their benefit. I think that is the purpose of our time. With that as our motivation, we continue to work through the 8 verses of thought transformation. So, as before, we begin by generating the visualization in front of Avalokiteshvara, generalizing the Buddha of compassion. So, at the level of the forehead, body's length away, perhaps visualizing yourself in an open space, is Avalokiteshvara. His Dharmakaya mind is inseparable from one's own root teacher, inseparable from the mind of all the Buddhas, manifesting in this form to inspire me to develop perfect love, perfect compassion. His body is of pure white light, radiating rainbow light of 5 colors: white, red, blue, green, and yellow. His gentle smile embraces me and all sentient beings. He has 4 arms. The hands of the first 2 are together at the level of the heart, holding a wish-fulfilling jewel. The second right hand holds a crystal rosary, and the second left a white lotus. He's seated in the full Vajra position upon a lotus and moon disk. He's adorned with exquisite silks and precious jeweled ornaments, and an antelope skin covers his left shoulder and breast. The visualization is of radiant light. So I take a moment to establish that visualization, feeling strongly that due to the force of our concentration, we invoke the living energy of Avalokiteshvara, primordial energy of compassion in our space. And we'll begin to contemplate the fifth verse of the 8 verses of thought transformation. When others, out of jealousy, mistreat me with abuse, slander, and scorn, I will practice accepting defeat and offering the victory to them. When others, out of jealousy, mistreat me with abuse, slander, and scorn, I will practice accepting defeat and offering the victory to them. So, with this verse, we're working with the impulse in the mind to need to be right, to need to win every argument, every disagreement. And often that impulse is triggered by a sense of anger. And that anger can end up making the situation worse. You can respond with harshness, with the wish to wound in return. Bring to mind times in the last few weeks when someone said or did something unkind. Try to get in touch with what happened in the mind. What was our natural response? How in control did you feel? What was the overriding concern? Imagine being able to just let it go, to not feel that need to defend oneself. What is it that one is defending? The need to control other people's opinions, the need to cling to a sense of some real findable self that was injured, offended. Could the situation have actually been resolved in a better way by remaining calm, seeking a solution without that emotional response? So imagine in your heart being able to give up the need to be right. How would that have impacted the way that things unfolded? What different words would you have said? Different actions you would have undertaken? So replay that with a different perspective. And try to think of, focus in on whatever insights you've been able to generate by contemplating working with this impulse in the mind. And try to be strongly determined to work with that impulse in daily life, to take those insights and apply them. And as you generate that resolve, imagine that from the heart of Avalokiteshvara in front, light rays and nectars are emanated forth, absorbing into one's own heart, filling one's body and mind with purifying, healing rays and nectars that completely eliminate any obstacles to being successful in applying this wisdom, bestowing the realization of this practice in your mind. And try to imagine in that way as you generate that sense of resolve, determination. And then when you're ready, we'll come back together. And we'll dedicate. So recollect your altruistic motivation and think that by having engaged in this contemplation, you've actualized that motivation, which has generated positive energy in the mind. And think that you freely offer the fruit of your practice, that positive energy for the benefit of all sentient beings without exception. Thinking strongly when that positive energy ripens, may it serve as a cause and condition to eliminate war and conflict, poverty, famine, disease, disasters, all painful inner and outer conditions. May it fully ripen the minds of all sentient beings. May they quickly meet perfect teachers and arise in the state of full enlightenment. May I too achieve the state of enlightenment in order to work for the benefit of sentient beings perfectly. May any obstacles facing the Guru's long life be completely dispelled. May I and all sentient beings, in this moment, come under the joyful care and guidance of enlightened beings. May we be guided and protected until we swiftly achieve that state of enlightenment. Thank you.